And it depends basically on Russian behavior lately, what Russia does in our continent, also elsewhere. And this is also a good opportunity to discuss in the context of NATO activity as well. NATO-Russia Council was yesterday, for instance, so we have these channels of communications, we're communicating, we're talking. It's important and maybe very important, make sure that this diplomatic dialogue will not be smoke screen for them to do nothing or to stay as they are. We'd like really to see some changes on the ground.
And also on the 2%, what do you think? Should there also only be deficit only on the defense spending, or should it be considered more broadly?
No, we discussed and we decided in Wales that all of us, those who are already spending 2%, they must keep it. Those who not must come up to that, and definitely this is really a must, because the United States paying 70% plus NATO bills, which is not normal. We have to share, all of us, regardless of our size. And this is important to have the schedule. At least in Lithuania, we have agreement across all political spectrum the decision is sustainable, not because somebody asked, but we really have to deliver. So these goes with other activities, and we appreciate and value very much what Germany does in development, humanitarian assistance. It also has to do with security, also has to do with implicit security, so to say, conditions. But here it comes to defense spendings, to defense capabilities, because we must make sure that our alliance will remain most, so to say, powerful allies in the world, because a lot of challenges ahead. And it's good timing to discuss these issues also with our strategic allies, Americans.
Mr. Minister, on the NATO-Russia Council yesterday, from what you've heard, are you confident that Moscow will provide enough transparency on the Zapad exercise on your border, or do you remain worried that that will be a moment of confrontation or miscalculation?
So far it was not the case. So far it was not the case, and we will see something that will happen on the ground, as I said. What was said, what was stated, it's nice to hear, but usually it should be done in reality. So basically we need more trust, definitely, and more transparency, needless to say.
And also, again, on Russia, how much, or what is the role, or what is the question about the Ukraine crisis? Does this play a role in the discussions, or how does it play a role?
You know, it's not Ukraine crisis, it's Russian aggression against Ukraine. Sometimes it's presented as Ukrainian internal affair, which is not the case, it's external aggression. And I would say it's like litmus test of our, not just on Ukraine, but litmus test of our behavior. Are we reacting? Are we able to react adequately? What we are saying, what we are doing? Our colleagues, Russians, they're usually testing how far they can go, what they can do, what others will say. So this is really kind of the issue. And in our discussions with Russia, be it NRC or other channels, Ukraine must stay on the top of the agenda until the issue will be solved. And definitely this is also our task and challenge for our unity here. Thank you.
The defense measure of the American minister NATO.
Yes. You know, came back from States yesterday. We had a number of meetings with the U.S. administration, Secretary Tillerson, with Speaker Ryan, with National Security Advisor, with McMaster, with leaders of the committees in the Congress. I have very good impressions, very good impressions. I have no doubts about U.S. commitments towards security, towards NATO. I hope we will hear today by Secretary Tillerson saying that. He will say them himself. And we really would like to have as strong as possible role of United States in the security affairs of Europe, also in Euro-Atlantic environment. And very, very good timely meeting, because we are preparing for the meeting of heads of states end of May. So we have to take stock what NATO does now, what we have to do in the future, what are the challenges. Not only defense spendings will be mentioned, but also efficiency of alliance, how we're able to address hybrid threats, for instance, cyber, information war. Everything is important in our, so to say, manuals. So we really have to address this issue together, how it will be done. So we're very happy that we showed flexibility from all sides, and we were able now to meet with all, also to see composition with all ministers, including Secretary of State of US. Very important. Thank you. Yes. Well, 2% is just something we agreed already in Wales, and those countries which are already spending, they must keep, others must catch up, and my nation among them. I'm really happy to say that Lithuania, dynamics of increase of defense spendings now, it's the best in NATO, but we really need to do all Europeans. It's not normal when the United States paying 70% plus bills, NATO bills. We have to share. But it's not about money, it's also about output efficiency, about our coordination of our efforts, addressing hybrid threats, which is not conventional. Everything is important. So it's a very good timing to meet, and very good that we're meeting all of us. I mean, including Secretary Tillerson, and it's good that we showed flexibility from all sides. So now we have really very good time for the discussion in preparation for NATO Heads of State meeting end of May.